Hey guys, my name is Derek and I value logic and reason above all else. In this video, I'm going to discuss emotions and stoicism. The two go hand in hand. In my opinion, emotions are an evolutionary disadvantage. Well, at least when not controlled properly. I come across too many people who let their emotions get the better of them. Like in certain situations, some people will act out of anger, and when they do that, they do some pretty stupid things. For those of you who aren't familiar with the term stoicism, the textbook definition of it is the endurance of pain or hardship without a display of feelings and without complaint. Now, for some of you, that's probably unheard of. Stoicism follows this sort of reasoning that at any given point of the day, at any given time, there are a lot of events or a lot of variables that are out of your control. But the one thing that you are in control of is your reaction and your response to the situation. Stoicism is the practice of containing these emotions and not letting them get the best of you. I've seen too many instances where people hurt themselves in these situations where they can't control themselves, and it pretty much leaves them with the conclusion of being worse than when they acted out of their emotions. I had a friend named Scott. He was dating this girl in high school and they were kind of off and on. There was one instance where they broke up and my friend Scott, was so consumed by rage that he punched a brick wall. Unfortunately for him, the brick wall was stronger, so he ended up with bruised knuckles that he had to get wrapped. And I remember thinking about the situation, wondering how was that going to help either of them in the situation? How was punching a wall out of anger going to help him? It just didn't make sense to me at all. An example of a fully devoted Stoic is a guy by the name of Epictetus. Anyone who's taken a philosophy class might have heard of him, but anyway, Epictetus was born around 55 CE. He was born a slave. There's a famous incident involving Epictetus that shows what Stoicism looks like in its mature form. One day, Epictetus' master was torturing him. He was twisting his leg. All the while, being able to completely endure the pain and maintain complete composure, Epictetus warned his master that if he were to twist his leg any further, it would break. And when it did, he simply said this: "There, did I not tell you that it would break?" And ever since then, he had a permanent limp. I'm not saying that Stoicism is meant to breed robots, but what I'm saying is that a lot of people can learn a lot from it, being able to control themselves and compose themselves like rational adults. One day I was on my way to work, it was raining very heavily, and I was going the speed limit, and my wheels hydroplaned, causing me to crash. My car flipped over numerous times. I'll show you a picture of what the accident looked like. The whole while flipping and the events following thereafter, I was honestly unmoved by it. Kind of concerned me a little bit. Maybe I should have been moved by it. Anyway, I wasn't upset. I wasn't angry. I mean, most people would have been like, "Oh my God, it's a miracle that I'm alive," and a lot of people were telling me that it's a miracle I'm alive, this and that. How are you not upset? So, anyway, after I crashed, there was a lady that had to come open the door for me to let me out because the way I crashed, I couldn't really get out by myself. A lot of people on the side of the road were pulling over, asking me if I'm all right. And I remember one guy, actually, he was a teacher at my school. He didn't really know me, but I saw him around school. He saw me, he asked me, he's like, "Are you okay?" And I said to him, "Yeah, I'm fine." And he couldn't fathom that was possible, so he told me, "No, I'm not fine. My adrenaline's pumping, this and that and this, or whatever." Honestly, I mean, I understand I probably could have died, but I didn't, unfortunately. Wasn't looking forward to having to buy a new car. Joking. And when I think back to that situation, I kind of proud of myself, honestly. I don't see what good being upset or angry or even scared would have done for me. I mean, I didn't. I don't see what emotions would have done for me in that situation that would have benefited me. I was able to calmly and rationally think about what to do next. I ended up not going to work that day, which I should have. Had to buy a new car. Actually, what's funny is that I wrecked that car a month after paying it off completely and owning it entirely. So that was very fortunate for me. Very unfortunate. When I was a kid, I was very emotional. Like, I was easily drawn to tears. I would go out throughout my whole childhood being very emotionally fragile. And as a kid, I would always idolize these very intelligent and rational idols, such as, though they're mostly fictional, but House from the House MD series, or Sherlock, and just various of other characters that I would see. These very intelligent, very capable people being able to compose themselves in high stakes situations and make very smart decisions. And I always kind of wanted to be like that. It took me a while to actually be able to come to grips with who I was and who I wanted to be and how to get from point A to point B. I just think it would be nice to see other people as calm, rational adults and them behave in such a manner. You know, I always find it funny when I see people who aren't diagnosed with anger issues saying that they have anger issues. I feel like some part of them thinks it's attractive to be unwilling to control yourself rationally when you're angry. I just find that, like, I just see it as an excuse. I think too many people try to jump on the anger management issues, or at least maybe that's just where I'm from. I'm from Florida, so maybe it's just the people down here. They take it as a compliment themselves when they say they have anger issues, and I'm just sitting there like, you have an inability to control yourself. I just think a lot of people would benefit from this. I was very angry in my teenage years, and I was very sad in my adolescent years, or whatever. Actually, what purpose do emotions even serve? What do you guys think? I'd love to know what you guys think about that. How do you think people should compose themselves? What do you think about Stoicism? Is it something you've already practiced? Have you heard of it before? Do you find it valuable information? And let me know if you think any of what I said was just completely stupid and pointless. But anyway, this video is, I guess, somewhat of an introduction and a topic all in one. I was going to make a separate introduction video, but it just seemed kind of pointless without a topic. I was going to make a topic video by itself, but it seemed kind of pointless without an introduction. So I guess this is my version of doing both in one. I apologize for how poorly produced this is, but this is my first video. And yeah, just let me know what you guys think. And remember, logic and reason above all else. In this video, I'm going to discuss